If you're looking for how to display your Unreal Engine 5.1 project on an Android phone, then this video is for you. I will show you step by step what to download, where to click, and how to set everything up. And at the end, I will also show you how to deal with common issues when building your project onto your phone. My goal is that at the end of this video, you can test your games or apps, whether it's an AR, top-down, first-person, third-person game or app for Android. First, go to the Android Studio website, link is in the description, and scroll down until you find Android Studio 4.0. And since I'm using Windows, I'll download the Windows 64-bit installer, and once it finishes downloading, open it. Click Next. Next. Make sure to leave it at its default location or else it won't work. Once it installs, hit Next and finish. Do not import settings, we don't have any. And choose whether you want to share your data with Google. Choose Next. Choose standard install type and choose a theme. Once it installs, hit finish. Finish. So that's all for Android Studio for now. Now we're gonna install the JRE development kits. Next, download the JRE19 Java development kit. Make sure to choose Windows and download the 64-bit installer. Obviously, once it downloads, open it. Next, the next thing we'll install is the JRE8 kit. So scroll down, make sure to not download Java 8, instead look for JRE8. Under JRE8, choose Windows to see the downloads for Windows and choose the 64-bit installer. You have to accept the license agreement, download, and create an Oracle account. I already have one, so I will just sign in. When to sign in, it should download. Open it, don't change installation folder, and install. Once it installs, you could close it. Next, download the Visual Studio 2022 Community Edition. Link is in the description. Open it, click Continue. Once it downloads, it should open. Check mobile and game development with C++ and Unreal Engine installer. And install. Once it finally downloads, you could make an account, sign in, or skip this, because for this tutorial, you don't need an account. Choose your theme again, and start Visual Studio. That's all for Visual Studio, you could close it. Next, download the 5.0 runtime. Once again, link is in the description. Once you install it, you don't have to do anything with this software, it just runs on your computer in the background, you never have to touch it. Next, you have to download the .NET Core 3.1 runtimes, both the Run Desktop apps and Run Console apps. Once they download, open one of them and install it. Then install the second one. Now it's time to set up Android Studio. So open Android Studio, go to Configure, and open SDK Manager. Select these two. And make sure that when setting up Android Studio, you click on exactly what I click on, or else it might not work. Next, hit apply. OK. Accept. Next. Once it downloads, go to SDK Tools, click this, and apply. Once that finishes, click on Show Package Details. Choose version 30.0.3. So once it's selected, hit apply, and then once it finishes downloading, scroll down until you find the NDKs and select version 25.1893 something, and then hit apply. And once it downloads, go down here and select Android SDK Command Line Tools 7.0 and hit apply. Then scroll down until you go to CMake and select 3.10 something and hit apply. So once this downloads, that's all for Android Studio. Now it's time to open up the project that you want to install on your phone. Open the project settings, which could be found here. And on the left side, scroll down until you find Platforms. And click on Android. Now for you, you won't have these green bars. For you, they're going to be red. And a button next to it will say Configure Now. So click on Configure Now on the first one. And on the second one. Then scroll back up and change the target SDK version to 30 because this is the version that you downloaded. Where it says .your company, you could change it to whatever you want, it doesn't really matter. And where it says project, that just means that whatever your project's name is what's going to be displayed as the name of your app when you download it onto your phone. And enable package game data into APK. Now go into the Android SDK settings and copy the file path to the SDK from Android Studio and paste it in here. You also need the location of the NDK, so go into your file directory and paste in the SDK file path and go into the NDK folder and open 25.1.8 something and copy this file path into here. And this is the Java file path. Make sure that you have it in here. And this should be set to Android 25. Now go back to your level and it's time to connect your phone to your computer. Just use a regular USB cable to connect your phone. And in your USB settings, make sure that we have transferring files enabled. Next, we have to find the build number on your phone. On my phone, you go into About Phone, then Software Information, and then you have to click on Build Number 7 times. Once you turn on Developer Mode, if you go back in your settings, you should see a Developer Options button. Click on it. Scroll down and turn on USB debugging. And also turn on Stay Awake mode, it's just a nice to have. Now go back into Unreal Engine, click on Platforms, Android, go here, and click on Update Device, and restart Unreal Engine. Once it restarts, go back to Platforms, click here, and your app is launching. If you've gotten any value out of this video so far, please consider subscribing, as I will be making more tutorials for Unreal Engine 5 in the future. Subscribing is free and you can always change your mind. Enjoy the rest of the video. The first time that you build your project onto your phone, it takes a while. Later on, it won't take so long. To open the output log, just click on the output log button. Once you see that the output log says creating commandline.txt, it means that it's about to launch on your phone. It launched! If you had any errors with launching your project, then make sure to watch the next section when I show you how to fix common errors that arise when launching your project. So when you try to build your project onto your phone, and after a while the output log displays the message get package info, and it's stuck on that message for a few minutes, then it means that you have to delete the app off of your phone and build it again. And now it works. Or if that doesn't work, you might just have to update the device and restart your project.